A new housing proposal has some in real estate concerned it could drive up housing costs. Good evening, everyone. I'm Emily Spain.
And I'm Jim Rick. Thanks for joining us. Right now, the Columbia City Council is hearing a report about inclusionary housing programs. KOMU's Charles Nicholson joins us live from City Hall to tell us a real estate organization says the city is getting ahead of itself.
The city is currently weighing the costs and benefits of other cities' inclusionary housing programs. Inclusionary housing or zoning is basically reserving lower cost rental options in high-income areas with them set aside for low-income earners. These programs are supposed to minimize issues such as income segregation, which often limit access for low-income families to resources like high-performing schools and transportation services. Proponents tout inclusionary housing programs' independence from federal funding. However, while more than 400 such programs exist nationwide, none exist in Missouri. And the report says any such program would require significant administrative oversight and only partially address the problem of affordable housing. One local real estate leader says that while he's open to hearing more about this program, the city is biting off more than it can chew.
The city already has other initiatives to help affordable housing, such as the Community Land Trust Corporation, and we feel that they need to have a few more years under their belt to see how that program does before the city would look at adding inclusionary zoning into the code.
It is unclear at this time if Columbia would face legal hurdles in implementing this program. Reporting live in Columbia, Charles Nicholson, KOMU 8 News.
Also at tonight's City Council meeting, the City of Columbia voted to approve an annexation in southwest Columbia. The land is located right across from Beulah Ralph Elementary School on Highway KK. People living in the Wyndham Ridge neighborhood told KOMU 8 adding businesses or restaurants on that land is a great idea. However, others say they don't want it commercialized. At the meeting, the Columbia Fire Chief says a fire station would have to be added on that side of town. He says the closest station is on Chapel Hill, which is not within their 4-minute response time.
The council is also talking about fixing a number of aging storm drains before they collapse. That could cause all sorts of infrastructure problems. KOMU's Justin Kolar is live at Flat Branch Creek, which council members fear could be part of the problem.
I'm standing in Flat Branch Creek, which flows underneath many of Columbia's roads just north of here. Parts of this creek have been undergrounded or systematically built on top of over time, creating a drainage system beneath the street. But now that system's starting to fall apart. Part of the culvert has already collapsed here in front of Oak Towers Affordable Senior Living Center. The underground pipes were built more than 70 years ago as part of an urban renewal project. The CEO of the Columbia Housing Authority tells me these pipes are now in dire need of repair.
Well, if you don't maintain your stormwater systems, then they start filling up with debris, parts of it collapse, etc. The system won't work very well when it starts backing up in other areas of the community.
Steinhaus tells me the only real concern here is the temporary road closure on Garth Avenue from Sexton all the way down to Worley Street, which could also slow down traffic on Providence Road. He expects that project, which was approved by City Council, to run the majority of the summer of 2019. Live in Columbia, Justin Kolar, KOMU 8 News.
Jefferson City residents may decide whether to pay a municipal use tax for online purchases. The City Council approved a ballot initiative tonight. KOMU 8's Max Cotton was at the meeting and joins us here in the studio to tell us what shoppers are saying about this kind of tax.
Proponents of the tax said it will level the playing field for small businesses which must pay city sales tax. Online retailers are exempt from such a tax. So, if you buy something in a downtown Jefferson City store, you'll pay a sales tax to the state of Missouri, Cole County, and the city itself for a rate of 7.725%. This means a $100 item would cost someone $107.73. However, if you buy something online, you will pay online tax to Cole County, a use tax to Cole County and the state, but not to the city. Therefore, it would only be a rate of 5.725%, which means a $100 item would only cost someone $105.73 because you are not paying that 2% tax.
If people say they can get it online and there is no tax paid on that, that becomes a big difference in being able to do business locally or not. And this is one of those ways that we can help drive that business into giving the local competitor the opportunity.
Wilbers, who is leading the use tax initiative, says he hopes to have a measure on the August ballot. You may have heard recently about use taxes as President Donald Trump has taken aim at online shopping giant Amazon for not paying the same amount in taxes as retail. In the studio, Max Cotton, KOMU 8 News.
A St. Louis court administrator says the mistake of hiring a man who bungled the Greitens investigation should not prompt the dismissal of the indictment. In a court hearing today, trial assistant Robert Durker admitted the work of William Tisby created a terrible appearance and gave the false impression the prosecutor's office hid evidence. This included handing over notes and a video from depositions. Later this week, Judge Rex Burleson will decide whether or not to dismiss the criminal indictment. The attorney for Governor Eric Greitens is urging Missouri Attorney General Josh Hawley to recuse his office from an investigation of a veterans charity founded by the governor. In a letter written today, attorney Edward Dowd cited Hawley's comment last week urging Greitens to resign. The letter says Hawley's investigation into the Mission Continues charity is now, quote, clearly compromised.
Check out this high-speed chase video released by the Marys County Sheriff. A motorcyclist led an officer on a chase. That rider, 31-year-old Mark Matthews, had warrants out for his arrest. The sheriff says at times he reached speeds of 135 miles per hour. He eventually wrecked his bike and was taken to the hospital. He faces charges for resisting arrest and driving with a suspended license, along with the outstanding warrants. Sedalia police made another arrest today following Sunday morning's deadly shooting. It left a man dead and 2 others injured. Sedalia police worked with the Highway Patrol on the case. This is the first man arrested over the weekend, Eric Harper. They located the second man, Antonio Harper, at a Warrenton, Missouri gas station today. As of our last check tonight, he still had not been brought to the Pettis County Jail.
President Donald Trump is firing back at former FBI Director James Comey. It comes after Comey attended interviews for the release of his new book. Comey says the president is, quote, morally unfit to be in office. Trump took to Twitter to respond, saying his former deputy and others committed many crimes. The president, however, didn't specify which crimes those were. Comey's new book reveals new details of his time under the Trump administration.
California is rejecting the federal government's plan to send National Guard troops to the border. This after Governor Jerry Brown originally pledged 400 troops to the border. The state now says the work will be too closely related to what immigration and customs agents already do.
We had some sunshine out there today, which was nice to see, but now a frost advisory is on its way for overnight. Let's send it over to Tim to see what we can expect out there. Hey, Tim.
Yeah, so here's the details with the frost advisory for tonight. It's just now that some of the tree buds are on those trees and even some of the greeny grass and some of the plants trying to bud up outside. Finally, we're seeing some of that spring-like weather and some of the attractions for that appearing. But it is going to be cold again tonight. Temperatures at or below the freezing mark, and because the air is so dry, we could have a freeze over parts of eastern Missouri and a frost here in central Missouri. So cover up those plants outside. If you have any of those potted plants, just bring them on inside or put a tarp over them to keep from the frost from accumulating on those plants. Calm winds outside, high pressure overhead. That's giving us the clear skies. Look at our temperature trends here over the next couple of days. Near normal tomorrow at a high of 65. Breezy on Wednesday, but notice the cool down here for the rest of the week. What is happening with our weather? We're only going to be in the 50s to maybe 60 for both Thursday, Friday, and even into Saturday. We'll be talking about that pattern and when we could see some rain back in the forecast coming up here in just a couple of minutes.
Tim, thank you very much. Coming up, a zoning issue forces a homeless shelter to shut down or face punishment.
Plus, how 2 rural schools are working to get its students speedier web connection.
Track storms wherever you are. Download the free KOMU 8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by University Subaru.
Woodman Engineering has been family-owned for nearly 90 years, servicing, repairing, and installing air conditioners in Jefferson City and the surrounding areas with reliable 24-hour emergency service and fair pricing. They specialize in residential and light commercial. Your home's comfort keeper. Woodman Engineering.
Get ready. It's time to test your weather IQ.
True or false? The deadliest tornado in U.S. history went through Missouri. The answer is true. In 1925, the tri-state tornado raged through Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana, spanning 219 miles and killing 695 people. Thankfully, we have many advancements since then, and a similar tornado today would likely not be as deadly.
Watch KOMU 8 News at 6 for the First Alert Weather IQ question of the day. Brought to you by Break Time and Jiffy Lube.
How do you become America's best-selling truck?
Come on, Briggs. Wait for your pitch, kiddo.
You give it best-in-class towing, payload, and with built-in Wi-Fi.
Yes!
The best seats in the house.
That's how it's done.
Just like his grandpa.
Even better.
That's Ford, America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Get over $10,000 total savings on the 2018 F-150, plus a no-charge 2-year 25,000-mile premium maintenance plan.
Switch to U.S. Cellular today and get $450 off the latest smartphones. No trade-in required. Other carriers squeeze you with restrictions and hidden fees. Don't get hosed. Switch today and get $450 off the latest smartphones with no hidden fees and no trade-in required. Plus, a stronger signal in the middle of anywhere.
You push yourself every day. Tempur-Pedic helps you recover every night. Only Tempur material precisely conforms to your body for up to twice as much pressure-relieving power, so you won't toss and turn. And you'll wake up feeling powerful.
At Slumberland, our sleep professionals will fit you in the bed that's right for both of you. Plus, save up to 50% on select Tempur-Pedic mattress sets. And pay no interest for up to 60 months. Hurry in now for best selection. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Woodman Engineering has been family-owned for nearly 90 years, servicing, repairing, and installing air conditioners in Jefferson City and the surrounding areas with reliable 24-hour emergency service and fair pricing. They specialize in residential and light commercial. Your home's comfort keeper. Woodman Engineering.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you. This First Alert Weather Update is brought to you by Missouri Vein Care. More energy, better health. Vein Care is all we do.
All right, welcome back. You're looking over the First Alert Weather Cam here over at the Columbia Regional Airport this afternoon. Very cold start to the morning. Look at the temperatures being reported. We were down near 30 in the morning, 40s for the afternoon. We did hit the 50-degree mark for a couple of hours, and now we're back into the 40s and even 30s here for the rest of this evening and tonight. Right now, 45 with a clear sky over at Columbia Regional Airport. This is a dry atmosphere. Dew point numbers down into the mid-20s with a clear sky, a settling wind, and a rapidly falling temperature. We have to start thinking about some frost here in the state once again. Unfortunately, looks like that is a possibility for tonight. 51, the official high over at Columbia Regional Airport, got to a low of 29 this morning. A record low was 26. Set back in 1962. We were close to a couple of these record lows and may be near that almost tonight again. That record low is around 28 in a lot of spots here in central Missouri. Temperature cast for tomorrow morning. Look at that. Back to near or below freezing at the 7 o'clock hour. If you have any plants outside, cover them up or bring in those potted plants. If you don't want them to become frostbitten, that could be a possibility if we have some widespread frost in the state. Looks like, though, by tomorrow, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, a developing east to southeasterly wind should help us get back into the low to mid-60s, even toward the Lake of the Ozarks. I think we could be near 70 degrees tomorrow afternoon. It's a calming atmosphere, high pressure right overhead. Got to like the pattern that's setting up here in central Missouri. Light winds starting to really calm that air down too, as it's been breezy over the last several days. Precipcast has a warm front arriving sometime in the morning and early afternoon tomorrow. We'll watch a few clouds start to develop in the afternoon. That's part of a developing system that will mainly stay up to our north. Most of the precipitation will as well, and all that wintry stuff back into parts of Iowa and Minnesota. We won't see any of that, but it will be a breezy, blustery Wednesday. Some of those winds could be as gusty as 30 miles per hour to 40 miles per hour, and who knows, we could even get some bigger wind gusts than that if signs start trending that way. Now, the jet stream pattern is a quick-moving one. We do have storm systems moving through the Midwest. It looks to be warm, at least for tomorrow, but that warmth wants to retreat back down to the south. Again, it's a fast-moving pattern. More energy in that jet stream wants to bring in another system by this weekend, but even with all these developing patterns in the storm systems. Look at this. Our rain timeline doesn't look all that favorable for precipitation. Maybe a very slight chance at best for a sprinkle in that forecast on Wednesday. Otherwise, you have to wait until this weekend for any chances for measurable precipitation. Saturday, Sunday, maybe around 20 to 30% chances. Right now, it looks like Sunday is our best opportunity for any precipitation here in the state. Good news is it doesn't look like it would be any snow finally for a weekend. It looks like it would be only rain if we have any. Clear and cold tonight. That frost advisory is in effect. 31, the overnight low temperature. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a few afternoon clouds, but hey, with a light wind, we'll take it. 65 in the afternoon. Throughout the next couple of days, not so spring-like again. 61 and blustery on Wednesday. 57 on Thursday, back into the 50s and low 60s potentially on Friday, and 50s with a chance for rain this upcoming weekend.
Oh, yes. I really think they helped a lot.
They explained step by step everything they were doing in detail.
Everyone worked as a team for the benefit of the patient. Kept me informed the whole time through the procedure.
The staff there is outstanding as far as taking care of you.
Oh, Dr. Ryan was just amazing.
I don't even know how to describe Dr. Ryan. He's so awesome.
So it was well worth it.
Take charge of your health at Missouri Vein Care.
After 26 years in Columbia, Beauty Rest Sleep Gallery is going out of business. You heard right. Everything must go, with savings up to 70% on our entire inventory. First quality mattresses from names like Beauty Rest, Serta Eye Comfort, Tempur-Pedic, plus pillows and mattress pads, all at huge markdowns. Free delivery on most purchases, but some items are priced so low, they're strictly cash and carry. First come, first served. Supplies are limited at Beauty Rest Sleep Gallery on South Providence, next to Zaxby's.
The KOMU 8 iPhone and Android News app is brought to you by University Subaru. Download yours today.
It's Midnight Madness at Ashley Home Store. This Friday from noon to midnight. Save up to 30% off. This plush sofa now only $299. Or pay no interest for 5 years with no minimum purchase. 12 hours only. This Friday at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
This summer, the Show Me State Games will bring thousands of athletes to Columbia for its 34th year of Olympic-style competition. Join KOMU 8
and the Missouri Lottery and dream big at the 2018 Show Me State Games. More than 20,000 Missouri athletes of all ages will compete to be the Missouri Lottery Athletes of the Year.
Dream big and chase that gold medal in more than 40 sporting events at the Show Me State Games the weekends of June 8th, July 20th, and 27th. For details, visit smsg.org.
Massive savings this Friday at Ashley Home Store's Midnight Madness. 12 hours only. Save up to 30% off. Get this plush sofa for only $299 or pay no interest for 5 years with no minimum purchase. Open noon to midnight this Friday at Ashley Home Store.
Welcome back. To rural mid-Missouri school districts say they're on a wait list for faster internet, and it couldn't come fast enough. Eldon and Fatima school districts are hoping for broadband internet through the Missouri Connect and Learn initiative. Eldon's tech director says a better online connection will help in the classroom during state testing season. He says the internet used during the test means teachers have to sacrifice using it elsewhere in their lesson plans. Things like too many users or streaming video means slower internet without broadband.
During testing time, I kind of set up no streaming rules in our firewall, and what that entails is no one in the district can get on YouTube or Netflix or anything like that.
Both school districts are not sure when their district will be at the top of the wait list.
A Moberly homeless shelter closed its doors this afternoon after bickering with the city. The reason for the closure, improper zoning. The shelter's operator, Ross Prevo, says he opened the shelter in January because of community need. He says about 30 people have stayed at Hope Mission's shelter. The 11 people that were staying at the shelter as of this morning are now looking elsewhere. Prevo has a meeting with the Moberly Planning and Zoning Board April 30th to discuss the possibility of reopening the shelter.
United Way of Central Missouri is celebrating the Week of the Young Child with many different events going on throughout this week. KOMU 8's Elena Chappie tells us why one child care center got involved.
Week of the Young Child celebrates 35 million children in America. The United Way of Central Missouri joined this national celebration 10 years ago because of the educational initiative it supports.
And so this
basically came to us, and we were trying to find a way to also, encourage the community to really look at the needs of early childhood.
Show Me Child Care Center is just one of the centers participating in this celebration, becoming students themselves. Teachers from the center attended a training learning how to teach their kids about conscious discipline.
It's a way to teach children self-regulation through social, emotional experiences, connections, building relationships at all levels.
Show Me says the key to getting ideas like this to work is working together with the community.
Helping educate is just fantastic.
And that was KOMU 8's Elena Chappie reporting. United Way has planned many different events for child care centers in Jefferson City. For more information about those, just head over to our website, KOMU.com. The Columbia College Cougars had back-to-back games today.
And 2 Cougars went back-to-back themselves. Sports is next.
Pleasant interruptions, a phone call from an old friend, finding out you've won a prize, bad interruptions, allergies, and asthma. Columbia Allergy and Asthma Specialist tests for a wide range of allergies and treats you with your custom plan so that your symptoms go away. Flowers, pets, changing seasons, you can enjoy them. We'd like to help. Go to breatheasyandlivefree.com or call for an appointment.
Columbia Allergy and Asthma Specialist.
When our clients call us, we answer the phone. Whether that's a criminal defense case, whether it's a personal injury case, we all fight for our clients as hard as we can and try to give them the best results possible. It requires a lot of diligence, it requires a lot of skill, a lot of know-how.
We've got a lot of experience, and you combine that with a hard work ethic, and we get our clients good results.
Because everybody here in our law firm has a good heart, and we have compassion for people.
At Ingen Woods, we stand for you.
What's the one constant in life? Change. Hi, I'm Doug Wallace with All Weather. What hasn't changed in 25 years is our belief customers deserve competitive upfront pricing, the ability to approve work before it begins, and access to a real technician that's licensed and highly skilled, not a salesperson disguised that way. No matter your issue, plumbing, heating, or cooling, we're there to solve it expertly, on time and on budget. Next time, call All Weather. We fix stuff. No surprises here.
Closed captioning during KOMU 8 News is brought to you by Coscutter's Family Hair Salon, a KOMU 8 caring company. Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports.
Hi, everyone. The Columbia College softball team had a doubleheader today against Missouri Baptist. Both teams had 20 or more wins, and they're heading down the stretch of their regular season schedule. The Cougars ranked 15th nationally at 21-9, and on another windy day in Columbia, the Cougars took advantage. They used the long ball to their advantage. They had in the circle the freshman pitcher Lexi Dickerson doing a nice job, helped by her infield defense there, and then the Cougars started crushing the softball. Bottom of the first inning, Carly Leeper launches one to left, a 3-run blast, and it's 3-0 Cougars. Then in the fifth, a runner aboard for Alexandra Link. She cranks one out over the wall and left to make it a 5-0 Cougar advantage. Then Allison Mertz made it back-to-back homers as Columbia rolled to victory in game one of the Twin Bill, 8-0, and then they completed a sweep of Missouri Baptist with a 9-1 victory in the nightcap. 4 different Cougar athletes are honored by the American Midwest Conference. Alex Link, who you just saw homer, named Softball Player of the Week. She led the team to 4 wins a week ago. Andrew Warner continues to rake for the Cougar baseball squad. He won his 8th career Player of the Week honor. Mason McCaleb took first place in the hammer and discus throw at a tournament last week, and Nikki Smith won the 100-meter at the same event. Those 2 track and field athletes for Columbia College recognized as well for their efforts. Kansas City Royals slated to play the Blue Jays in Toronto tonight. Toronto had heavy winter storms over the weekend, but that usually doesn't prevent baseball from going on in the city because the team plays indoors at the Rogers Center. But tonight the game was not able to be played. Take a look at this. The Rogers Center right next door to the CN Tower. Ice falling from the tower put a hole in the roof, causing the game to be postponed. They will try again tomorrow. The Royals not the only team in our state dealing with a postponement. The Cards-Cubs rivalry will have to wait another day to get started this season. The Cards and Cubs were set to play tonight, but the weather ruined that. The game postponed. until July 21st. 24 Major League games have been postponed due to weather, and we're just more than 2 weeks into the season. These Cards and Cubs will try it again tomorrow night at Wrigley Field, 7 o'clock start. And the Cards have some help on the way when they resume play tomorrow. They have activated infielder Jed Jerko and relief pitcher Luke Gregerson from the disabled list. Gregerson yet to make an appearance with the Redbirds since signing in the offseason. Both players had hamstring injuries. Gregerson has been pitching in the minors, had 4 scoreless outings. Jerko played 3 games for the Cards but has missed the last dozen with his injury. To make room for the two, the Cards have sent Yairo Munoz, the infielder, and pitcher Mike Myers down to AAA Memphis. That's sports.
Hey, Dad, something's up with the Mustang. It won't go over 65. Oh, really?
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Mom, something's up with the Fusion. The stereo won't go very loud. Really?
Dad, when I'm in the Escape, all my calls go straight to voicemail. Really?
With MyKey, you let parents stay in control even when they're not there. That's Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now on the 2018 Escape, get $3,500 cash back or 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,500 customer cash.
At Slumberland's mattress sale, we aim high and price low. Like a Sealy Plush Queen mattress for just $349. Plus a Sealy Twin mattress as low as $99. Slumberland, it's a good life.
At Slumberland, we'll meet or beat any price.
Or we can do a lot better than the Tooth Fairy. We'll give you $100.
It's the Dream Team 30-day price guarantee. And it's only at Slumberland.
Coming up on KOMU 8 News at 10 o'clock, April is National Child Abuse Awareness Month.
4 years ago, child abuse and neglect was growing in Missouri. Tonight, we follow up on a targeted investigation to see where the numbers are now. That's coming up tonight at 10. Tim.
And patchy frost is possible later tonight because the temperatures are going to get around 30 to 32 degrees. It's going to be one of the colder nights we'll have for several nights to come. The great news is, after tonight, I don't think we're going to have to talk about frost or freezing temperatures anytime soon. The rest of the evening, 40 degrees, 31 tomorrow morning, 65 tomorrow afternoon. It will be a blustery Wednesday, but it looks like we have some, and I use that quotation on that, some spring-like weather for the rest of this week, and it looks dry and sunny.
I don't remember the last time a Dome Stadium had a weather postponement, but
no,
Triple H
kind of makes some news, doesn't
it?
it?
Wow.
Not usually.
Watch out for the fallen ice. That's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great night.
On air.